So, my dear Taurus, the Sun is in Cancer, giving the light to the Moon, which is in your sign. We're going to the right to your full moon, which you have in your opposite sign, which is Scorpio. And so we have the 5 and the 7th major arcana coming together. And the interesting part here is that the triangle that you see here between these two people and him, and then the two pillars, is the 5. And so here in a way is a triangle as well, right? There are a lot of signs that are letting us know how the sacred geometrical numbers are embedded in the picture. And so the Chariot, the success, the emotional success that we can gain is in combination here now to you knowing how this universe functions and how we can, on a spiritual level, free ourselves from dogmas, from associations to the church. So the 5 are the 5 senses, and the 5 is here stopping at the neck, right? We have the first 5 chakras here, and here we have 7, and the chakra ends up here where Cancer has the crown. But there is one more word here with Cancer, and that is abrahadabra. And so all of what's happening outside is also happening within. And that's the bigger message in all of these cards, right? What is without is also within. What is above, it's also below. 5 and 7 calculated together, we get the 12. And the 12 is in the Tarot, the Hanged Man, but also the 12th Zodiac sign, Pisces. And so the 12 is 10, the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter, expanding, growing, and the 2, the High Priestess. And the 2 is always the 2 pillars, right? And we also have here 4 pillars and the triangle inside here. So the 3 and the 4 is then the 7, the crown chakra. Calculated together, the 12, we get the 3 and the 3s again, the triangle that is giving us an understanding of the Empress, because you are ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about love and beauty and bringing you, of course, a deeper understanding how to work with what is ruling you and incorporating Venus as much as you can. The yoga pose for you is that you create your own 2 pillars as a movement. As a inhale, I go up to the information. Exhale, I bring it down to the people. And Cancer is ruled by the moon. And the moon is in your sign. And so you will feel Cancer on a very, very deep level, how it affects you. And Cancer is here, Ashwasanchalan Asana. And for Cancer, the lungs are important. For you, it's the neck, right? And that's why I gave you the yoga pose to compress the neck and to open the neck and to bow down. And so here we have high lounge. Cancer becomes the Chariot, becomes the one that pulls through the physical body ourselves into the Holy Grail, the cup of love. In your deck, the Chariot looks like this. Here we have the black and the white Sphinx. Here we also have the number 4, and we have a triangle here, right? So we have the 4 and the 3, which creates then the 7. And so you can see that sometimes the cards are quite similar and sometimes they're not, right? They're completely have created a whole new design. But this is Cancer, the Chariot, through your deck. And so the Sun being now in Cancer, it's also interesting because Cancer is ruled by the Moon, but now the Sun is in Cancer, and then so there is this like Sun and Moon don't really go together. The Moon is dependent in a way on the Sun to be seen, right? And so it's really interesting then how the reading shows up, right? And I can feel that there are these contradictory energies. You are in your deck the Golden Universal Tarot. The King of Pentacles is your birthday between April 10th and May 9th. Then is he your court card. And the court cards are different than the major arcanas. So if you are a Taurus, but your birthday is earlier, you could be the Queen of Wands. But if your birthday is later, you could be the Knight of Swords, right? And so look down in the description. I have listed all the dates for the court cards there, and also the stations and the cards that I'm using. You are, as Taurus, the sensuous one. You love to eat, you love to cook, you love in general life, right? You very, through Venus, very love to enjoy this life, and you are the second zodiac sign, and as such connected with the second house of resources and worth. And for you, it's much about worth, right? Self-worth. You see how he is facing the left when we look at the card, but when I become the card and I look down, I see he's looking to the right. And so it's very beautiful to understand why is he facing the left. And so people would be like, oh well, he's looking into the past. It's somehow true, but he's also actually connected to the introverted, the new moon energy, right? To come back to yourself. And then when I become it, then I see actually that that's what I have become. I live to the outer world again. Back to the last reading, we had Gemini Sun giving Aries Moon. Back to the last reading, we had Gemini Sun giving Taurus Moon the light. Sometimes we should simply enjoy the warm energy of the sun rays. I always include the last reading because everything is cyclical, and sometimes the message here refers back to the last reading, and so I always look if I see a card, because I have now changed a little bit my readings. I simplified them. I have 4 stations plus the court card. So today we look into the High Priestess, which is through the moon, through Cancer, but also the moon in your sign. Then we're going to look at Venus, that's the Empress, and we're going to look at the moon itself and at the sun itself, as well as the energy through Cancer, and in the moon the energy through you as Taurus. So that's to explaining how I work here, right? And each zodiac sign and each position in the 22 major arcana has their own deck, and as such I work with the 15th century to right now 2024, the newest decks that exist. We begin with the King of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Cups coming here, so a Pisces. And as you can see, Pisces is going to the right from an outer perspective. But when I become Pisces, I see that he's going to the left. And so they're opposite, right? And because we're going to the right, if I place him next to you, it's almost like you don't talk. It's like maybe the conversation happened, but Pisces is moving on. You are facing the left, he's facing the right, and in the end you will meet again, right? If we continue the cycle, you will meet again and a new conversation will happen. And so you, the second zodiac sign, Pisces, the 12th zodiac sign, we had the 12 coming up here through Cancer and Taurus, the 12. It's almost like saying here Pisces is wanting to tell you something through Cancer, because both of them are water signs and you are here the earth sign. And so Pisces is wanting to tell you something important, right? Is wanting to give you a message. And the 12 and the 2 is the 14. And the 14 in the Tarot is Temperance, is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, the archer, the guardian angel, is coming through here, and calculated together we get the 5, and so you are left here, right? And so through the numbers I can very precisely see the story that is happening here. Then today the moon is in your sign. I feel the moon because every day it's different. I have days where I'm like not focused. I have days where I'm like more emotional, where I have days where I'm more louder or more action oriented, and I have days where I'm more quiet. And it's not because I just not feel well, it's because it's influencing me. And so the 5 is left, right? And so it's almost like Pisces is letting you know you are here left, but we will meet again, we will come together again, because this path of love outwards, it's like you are needing to go the path of love to your full moon towards Scorpio. And so actually here the Knight of Cups is helping you to take that path of love into the outer world, and you have come up in the 5, right, as the end results of the numbers. So then I have a look at the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is bringing you Scorpio. I mean, it's amazing. Your path of love is shining through Scorpio, that gives you the light in the full moon. And understand that the 13 here is the transformation, a death that has come and brings you a deeper level of you knowing that if someone died, he or she is now communicating and letting you know everything is okay. She's coming through the intuition. Whoever is coming through here, either a Scorpio, right? Here the Pisces and the Cancer that is here through the Sun. So you have all 3 water signs here. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So it's emotional energy that is happening here. And the 13 and the 2 is 15, which is Capricorn. So Capricorn is the devil, is the attachment, right, in the tarot, and understand that sometimes we get attached to certain people, and when they pass, then we feel lost. But you have the intuition, right? Remember, you have the intuition. So then I wanted to see what is coming here as an explanation, and it's the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is facing slightly down and to the right, and you see how here the Knight of Cups, this path of love that you meant to go, is the path towards the full moon in your sign, highlighted through the sun in Scorpio. And here comes a childlike figure that lies here on the carpet with some acorns, and the baby is content and enjoys itself. And this is the Ace of Pentacles, because it's like the money, and you holding the Ace of Pentacles here. And so the Ace of Pentacles, the holy money, the infinite money, the money that is not there yet, is here with you. And so now you see that he or you then can go into this path. And the Cancer deck from Aleister Crowley is bringing you the Three of Pentacles, is bringing you the Pages. And the Pages is you, Virgo, and Capricorn. And we had Capricorn here through the High Priestess. The 13 and the 2 was Capricorn. Then the 15 plus the 1 is the 16, is letting go, right? 16 is the Tower, is Mars. Letting go of something that you had to let go, because that's what the transformation is all about. And then the 16 plus the 3 is the 19, and the 19 is the Sun. The Sun is letting you know through Cancer that here the High Priestess is bringing you the intuition, and that you taking now this path, right? And that this money is here in these new generations, and that you want to be there for this young generation. The 13 and the 1 is a 14, that's Temperance, and Temperance is Jupiter, the expansion. And so the path of love here is what's coming up. The path of love towards a big transformation where you find yourself again, because the 3 and the 1 is a 4, and the 13 is a 4, so we have a 4-4 portal. And a 4-4 is 2 times the 4 is the heart. Observe really deeply what is now affecting you here, because I can only explain to you what I see, but you have to put your own story in there. Then we look at Venus. Venus is the Empress. And we get the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter. And Jupiter rules Sagittarius. And as such, right, Jupiter is the expansion, is the wheel is always spinning. So the 10 and the 3, again, a 13 is coming up here. And so the 13 that came here, Scorpio, it's talking again. It's your destiny to learn everything about Venus. The 13 then about Scorpio, learn everything about Scorpio, the transformation, the emotional transformation we go through when we have the 13, and the 4 comes here again. So you have 3 times the 4. And 3 times the 4, it's then become powerful in the way you understand the heart matter. What comes as an explanation is the 3 of Wands, also slightly to the right and facing down. And the 3 of Wands is Sun in Aries, and that's the Mars situation, that's the Tower situation. And so here the 13 and the 3 again is the 16. Look at that, the Tower is coming, Mars is coming. Mars is saying you gotta move. You gotta really take the step, but take the action with love. It's really interesting. It's always the love aspect is really strong. And so here the sun in Aries, you see a woman showing her children how to survive in a creative way, in a playful way. And it's almost like you feel like something here is blocking you because it's facing down. And I love to read when it's reversed because it's always a little bit different, right? And so the Three of Wands facing down, she may not have the energy to get anything going, and there is a tendency to feel incompetent or unable to get things done. She may feel as if her intuition is inaccessible, but also slightly to the right, she may be straining to know something or activate a passion. Then from your deck comes the Four of Wands, which is Venus in Aries, Mars and Venus. Look at that. So usually Mars, masculine, Venus, feminine, and it's a high time. And the high time, usually a couple gets married. And so see that 4 and 3 is 7. And the 10 is 17. And the 17 is Aquarius in the Tarot. It's the star. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And Uranus is the new beginning, is the fool, is that foolish idea to take that path out there. Because then, plus the 3, we have the 20, the last judgment. And it's your calling to do whatever it takes to take action. The 10 and the 3, the 13, right? And the 13 and the 4, the 17 and the 20. So you have a 33 here. The 3-3 is the secret brotherhood's last stage of mastery, or last degree of mastery. And the 10 and the 4 is a 14, again Sagittarius, Temperance is coming, Jupiter. So there is something, take action, you can do it. And the 7 here as the Chariot, emotionally be successful, emotionally take this success to the next level. Then we look at the moon, and the moon is bringing you in the hand. And in this hand you see a crystal, because here the universe is your partner. You get the 31. And the 3 is the Empress, which we just looked at through Venus. And the 1 is the Magician, which is Mercury. And so the message is that something is protecting you, because the 5 is you. So you can be the 5 senses, but also the 5 fingers. And nevertheless, we get a 4 here. Again, a 4. And you understand that something is profoundly talking here to you. And I wanted to see what's coming, and it's the Ace of Wands to the left. And the Ace of Wands is that egg that's breaking. It's breaking free. You had 7 wands, remember? And now you get one more wand. It's 8 wands, and 8 wands, it's things happen really fast. If you trust the path of love, if you trust that you have something that you searching, that you're going for, and the hand is giving you the empowerment, then the 4 and the 1 is again a 5. And it's almost like here is this, right? Now we get a close up to you breaking free, or breaking yourself open. Then from your deck we get the 6 of Wands. And 8 wands and 6 wands are 14 wands, and 14 wands is again connected to Sagittarius. Temperance, and the 5 is left. And so you understand very clearly that here is the path of love is filled with action, is filled with victory, but it's also filled with doubt. Am I doing the right thing? Should I do it? Is this okay what I'm doing? Right? The 4. So you have the 1, you have the 3, you have the 4, and now you have the 6. And the 6 is Jupiter in Leo, right? We had Sun in Aries, we have Venus in Aries, and now we have Jupiter in Leo. And Leo is in the next month already a sign that you're getting help in whatever you're doing. But you have 14 wands, and these 14 wands are important. 14 actions. Observe, right? There's the 10 inside in the 14. Jupiter is supporting you, is helping you to take that step. And the 4 is then again a high time when you achieve that. And as such, you are learning very clearly something important, whatever fits to your story, right? And so the 4 and the 1 is 5, and the 6 is 11. The 11 is the inner teacher. The inner teacher is appearing here now in your subconscious, in the moon, because the moon is the 18. The moon is the path that we come out of the water and past the dualities of these towers, and we go up into a higher consciousness. And so the 9 and the 11 is a date. I don't calculate that together, but it could be then the 20 again, right? When I calculate together, the 20 is again the last judgment. It's your calling to do this. Whatever it is that you do, you have to do it. And it's good that you do it. But the 9/11 or the 11/9 is here as a date talking to you. And so the path of love continues, right? And now we look at the sun. And the sun is bringing you here the biome, the number 44. And you had a few 4s. Right now I think you have 8 4s, or maybe even more. I have to calculate at the end when I cut the video, because sometimes I make mistakes and I cut things out, right? It's just, I don't want them to stay in there. The 19 here from the sun is the 10, calculated together, the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit, which we had also with the High Priestess coming up. Your intuition, right, brings you into a successful inner success. And so the 44 I leave. And the clarification here is the Ace of Cups. Now, remember, we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands. You have 3 aces. I mean, it's like there is really something powerful through this transformation. Or it will come when you have the full moon in your sign, then in November, in Scorpio month, right? But know that you have here 3 aces. And that's so important to understand, that the ace is God. God is bringing you the holy money. God is bringing you the holy action. And now is bringing you also the holy love, the cup that you are here taking the path out. And it's also slightly to the right, but down, facing down. And so the Ace of Cups is that moment where we jump into the cup of love. But here, because of the reverse, It is hard to know how she's feeling. She can't let go into the love around her. Self-love is lacking. And slightly to the right, she feels some extra push or expansion in her heart. And that's Pisces is pushing you. Yes, things are sometimes terrible in this world, but there's also good things. And so jump. It's almost like it's like saying jump here, right? We're getting a close-up here of this part of the world. Jump in it, trust it, do it. Because from Cancer, you get the Ace of Swords. You have all 4 aces. I've never seen that. You have the Pentacles, you have the Wand, you have the Cup, and now you have the Ace of Swords. You have 4 times the 1. That's gonna go to the cover. So see, understand the 1-1, the 11, the 4-4, and of course here the 19, the 10, again 1, 1, 1, 3 times the 1 plus the other 3 ones. It's like 6 times the 1. And the 6 is the self-love. The 6 is again and again when we understand Gemini is the lovers, is that sometimes the sun rays or the warm energy of the sun rays is all we need. But you get the clear answer to what it is that you need to be doing. Because that was the first card that you got. You got this idea and you keep going with the cup of love, and you are recognizing that there is a mission. You're on a mission. Whatever the mission is, keep going because it's important for you, and you will see it will be good. And that's all I have to say. But also remember, you have 4 times the aces. You are protected. You are totally protected in whatever you're doing, taking that action and making it work. So I hope I see you in the next reading. I mean, Jupiter in Leo has come because Sun is then in Leo. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.